Hey YouTube, thanks for stopping by the channel again today. What we have here and what I'm going to be doing today is installing these skid plates for the Gen 1 Toyota Sequoia. These are from CFM. I will have the link to their website in the description below here. And what I'm going to be showing you is how to install these on your Sequoia. The ones I have here are aluminum. I just want to pause the video here and say that CFM Industries did do a more detailed analysis between the aluminum version and steel version. So if you wanted to look into that analysis and make a more educated decision, check out the link in the description below. I will have it posted there. You do have the option to choose some steel skid plates if you prefer. The benefits of steel is that they're going to be heavier duty than the aluminum. They won't be as prone to bending if you hit heavy rocks and whatnot, but the trade-off is they're a lot heavier. So for me, somebody who doesn't do a whole bunch of crazy off-road, and when I do, it's not going to be on like rock crawling situations, I opted to choose the aluminum version for mine. Without further ado, I'm going to show you how to get these on your Sequoia. So the front skid plate is going to be a little bit different for you guys, for the sole fact that I have this off-road bumper on mine here. However, the process is going to be the same. So if I get up under here, you can see I've drilled and tapped 3 points in my subframe for my new bumper. Those will already be in place for the original factory holes for the original skid plate that would be on this curved bar that goes between the frame rails right here. So there's going to be 3 threaded holes on the front, and then there's going to be 2 back here on this portion right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this up here and kind of show you what it looks like before I go ahead and move farther back. Okay, so you want the piece that has the large CFM cut into it as the front skid plate here. Whenever you put the second skid plate on, you have the option to have it sit on top of this or on the bottom of this. He suggested to put it on top of this so there's a little bit of a lip when it hits, because it kind of separates the skid plate from the actual differential mounting and all that stuff. So I figured since it's kind of close enough in line with the tire, there probably won't be too many things that would stop my momentum hitting right here, especially with this lip that's right here. It's a little bit farther down than the rest of this right here. So I'm going to go ahead and mount my second plate resting on top of this plate. However, you have the option to do it either way. I'll show you what that looks like here in a bit. So this might be different on a post facelift Sequoia. I know that the transmission support back there is a little bit different. I'll go over what has been done to make it work on both. But with the second plate, the rear mounting point is going to be in this hole, in the same hole on the other side, and then you're going to just reuse these 2 rear bolts to mount the second plate in line. You can see I got both the front and the second plate in. I actually had only these 2 when I went up to Montana for the elk hunt. But a little tip is to not tighten any of the bolts down until you have all of the bolts at least threaded, because sometimes it might have some issues with alignment that way. So I'm going to go ahead and move back to the rear plates and the catalytic converter protectors and all that. So it's kind of hard to see here. I know that CFM Industries has made a few design changes since this was sent to me. This was kind of one of the prototypes. I know that the back of this plate that goes over the oil pan and stuff right up here, it will have a kick up at the back, so there won't be a lip where this plate attaches to that plate. It'll be a smooth transition. And if you look here, you can see that there's these holes on each side that go all the way through the cross member here. There's one on that side as well. In the new design, these wings come out farther, and there will be a carriage bolt that goes up through here and goes up to the top and attaches a washer and nut up at the top of here. these two holes that I'm about to drill and tap, they won't be necessary to do, but you can still do this on yours if you want just extra strength and stability and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill and tap these holes. I had to kind of put it on rough real quick just to get the marks on here. I'm gonna show you how I drill and tap these, and then we'll go from there. Okay guys, this is how I'm going to drill and tap these two holes. Like I said, in the new design, you don't have to do this. These fans will come out wider, and there will be a carriage bolt that goes up through here. Just kind of attaches to this brace right here. But I'm going to use this jack as kind of like a reverse drill press, right? I'm going to put the drill on here, going to jack it up slowly and slowly go up through this metal at a controlled pace. You don't want to go too fast and burn out the drill bit. I have this here just to kind of suck up all the metal shavings that come out, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay guys, you can see what I did. I used the jack and I just held up the back of the plate as I drilled and tapped both of these holes right here. Same for up here. This is how the plate is going to sit to protect your catalytic converters. And then with this back plate right here, you can see there's just these two bolts that go through the support beam for the transmission. You just take the nuts off. You got to support the back up here. You take these nuts off here, and then you just simply place this protector in between the nuts and the actual bracket, and then you just tighten those back up. Like I said, these two right here, I used kind of a reverse drill press with this. But then up there it was kind of tricky just because you got to use your actual force to press in and drill through this. So that's how it is, guys. So a lot of people are also curious why not only CFM but other skid plate companies that make skid plates, why they use bolts that protrude like this. Typically it's so they could already use existing holes that are threaded in the frame, like what was used up there. Back here, you know, you have to drill and tap your own holes. But what you can do is simply, instead of using these bolts that are supplied, you can use like kind of like a rounded acorn hex head bolt. And then they sell these sleeves that you can put kind of like a washer that go around the washer and kind of make more of a ramp up onto the bolt. So if you're that worried about it, you can go ahead and do those type of things. I'll try and post a picture up here of what I'm talking about so you can kind of see what I mean. But like I said, for me, I don't really do crazy rock crawling stuff. This is just for like in the one-off time, maybe a large rock on a regular off-road trail that I'm on just happens to come up. So again, this is how I plan to run them. For those of you who have never drilled and tapped anything before, the goal here is slow and steady wins the race. You want to make sure that your tap is nice and oiled. You can see I just got some gun oil. I use any kind of oil will work. You know, even if you change your own oil and if you save a quart of used oil, that'll still be good for any kind of machine oil as well. And then you want to go nice and slow when you're starting into the hole you just drilled. And you want to maybe turn it 2 or 3 times and then turn it back the other direction, maybe a full turn, and you just want to go nice and easy. If you ever feel like it's getting really tight, stop, unwind it, pull it all the way out, clean off your tap, and start again. So it'll make for a really bad day if you mess this process up. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these. I already did the other side here. Okay, finished up the install. Something that I did, you know, you don't necessarily have to do this, but I actually, on both sides, I went and put one of the original bolts on each one of these locations right here. This is a 12 millimeter, this is a 13. You know, if somebody wants to get the catalytic converters, they're gonna get to them, whether you have protectors or not, especially if it's just bolted together, something like this. But the goal I have in doing this is to just create as many barriers as I can to getting this plate off for them, because these guys, they just want to get in really quick with the Sawzall, cut the exhaust and pull it out and get out before anybody catches them. On the other side also, it was kind of tricky, but I got a nut up in here on this bolt, on the outside bolt over there. I might do the same over here, but it was a pretty big of a pain to do it. But you know, that's just another thing to kind of, a security device to just kind of further deter a thief from coming and taking your items. So again, this is what it looks like. I've got a protector on the back, on the front, skid plates around here. And just to further emphasize, this is a prototype. The one you get will be different. You can see there's a lip right here. The one you'll be getting, this plate has a little flare up in the back right here. So it's a seamless transition between this plate and this plate. There's no step up right here. Also, the fins back here come out a little bit further, so you can put a through bolt. It's a carriage bolt that goes up through the frame right here, and you can clamp it on. These are not necessary to drill and tap if you have that. However, you can do it just for further strength. So again, guys, check these out. CFM Industries. I will have their website linked in the description below. They are very responsive to any kind of questions or concerns you might have. I was messaging them back and forth through Facebook. Definitely check them out. You know, they're willing to make stuff for the Sequoia. A lot of companies, they just kind of throw stuff at the Sequoia whether it fits or not. These guys designed these specifically for the Toyota Sequoia, and these were designed off of the post facelift and made them work for the pre-facelift here. So if you do have a post facelift, this support that goes across right here will be different than the pre-facelift ones, but for the most part it'll be the same. There it is, guys. There is the CFM Industries skid plate install. You can see them here. Definitely worth checking out. You know, I'm sitting here lounging in the nice weather, nice breeze coming through. Definitely not worried about somebody coming and stealing my catalytic converters, and having that skid protection as well. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Hope you like this content. I love working on my Sequoia and making it a little bit better each day by day. So if this content interests you guys, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You know, I've really been trying to grow the channel lately here. I'm open to feedback if you want me to do something on the Sequoia. You have any ideas, or if you have any comments or concerns, or want to point out anything I did wrong, please feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Like always, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you're having a great day, and keep on enjoying life out there.